Hello, viewers. Good morning and welcome to Success Spotlight edition of Skill for You. Skill for You is a podcast where we showcase to the world the success stories of skill acquisition, productivity, and economic advancement. I remain your host. My name is Samson Shoyebi Ulukayode Akoni. I have here with me a very big celebrity in construction and in skill. She's the CEO of a very big establishment, even though she's still my trainee anyway. She's still my trainee. She trained with us at Honesty Trade Academy in 2019, and she's moved on to establish her own furniture making factory and organization. And she's doing fantastic well. I say, welcome with me on this show today, Miss Oluwaseun. Miss Oluwaseun, please talk to our viewers.
Thank you very much for having me. It's wonderful being here. My name is Fake Oluwaseun, and I'm the MD CEO of Faxstar Designs and Furnishing. Faxstar Design and Furnishing is an innovative furniture making company where we make customized furniture solutions for home, offices, and outdoor. We also do training. I'm also an instructor. I train people, especially women, in to know how to make furniture pieces. I have been in this business as the MD CEO since 2021. But so far, my journey into furniture making started since 2019 when I was a trainee in Honey Treat Trade Academy. Thank you so much for having me.
Isn't that fantastic? Quite exciting story. Well done. And I'm so proud of you. I've seen you come over the years and you kept on growing and keeping the light shining, and it's been brighter by the day.
Yes, it
So,
has.
it's a fantastic journey you've come, and it's beautiful. Well done.
Thank you very much, sir.
So, would you like to just, this is not like a regular interview or a TV program, but then we want to make it as comfortable as possible. So,
Okay.
don't worry, just calm down.
Okay.
So, I'd like you to just tell our viewers, how did you come about you propelling interest in furniture? Why furniture? You're a lady. You hardly find women doing furniture. Why furniture?
Yeah, I understand. I think I would say my journey started, since when I was a young girl. I've always been a very handsy person. I like creating things. I love crafts. I like DIYs, and coupled with the fact that my dad was someone who didn't believe in just going to school alone, even though he was a lecturer. He during the holiday wanted us to, learn a skill. At that time, I wasn't happy about it because I just wanted to go with my friends, go
have
for the
fun.
have fun, the holiday lessons and all that. But he would be like, no, you during the holidays, you go and learn a skill. In fact, when they're coming back from the lesson, I'll just go and try to hide myself. I want my friends to see me. So at that time, I learned sewing and carpentry. And so I think that was where the sort of interest grew from. But it was a latent interest because I didn't even know, how that I was going to make use of it later in life. But also growing up on a farm, because he also had a farm. Most of the cages, things that we had, he himself constructed by himself, and we were also helping. And so, as far back as a young girl, I was already holding jigsaws,
Hammers.
sanding, yes, hammers and the likes. And so, I guess this is where the interest just stemmed from. And over the years, I've my professional background is working with non-governmental organizations. I'm an expert in gender and development, so we work with a lot of women, youth, and then children and the likes. But you know how it is with projects. They don't come all the time. There are times you just have stretch 6 months, you're not doing anything. Sometimes 2 months, you're not doing anything. And then sometimes you just have back to back. And then I'm traveling from one stage to the next and all that. So I just wanted something a little bit more steady, And I was like, what can I do? I didn't see myself as somebody who was a business person or an entrepreneur. I didn't see myself, but I was just like, I needed to do something. And I think sometime in 2017, my husband and I were always watching how the whites construct their homes, we had a channel that we were always watching. And then I just got fascinated how they build their homes. I got fascinated especially with the container houses, how they were building it. And I was like, this is really lovely. Do we have stuff like this in Nigeria? Can we bring this up? Can we, how can we? So that's how the interest came about. And so in 2018, I was like, I want to go and learn this thing. At least I even did a bit of it. So I was telling my mother that I remember my first project back then. I think I was in GSS3. Yes, was Apoti. This sitting stool that we have in our kitchens. So I was telling her
yourself.
Yes, wow. Back then. I was like, this thing, I can do it now. He looked at me, I was like, as in carpenter, come on. But he's somebody who is my greatest fan, very supportive. I was like, okay. And I said, I was like, okay, I can even do door making. At least know how to do doors. I didn't even think about making doors with HDF and all of the likes. Because back then there were no boards, it was just wood. Yeah. So I was just thinking about making hardwood doors and all that. So the project now became where to, learn the skill. I went to a few places and I saw the setting. I was like, I can't learn in this kind of places, I can't learn in this kind of places, and it was just like that. So after a while, when I didn't get anywhere, I said, well, let me go and learn sewing. Sewing was easier, sewing was easier. I have a bit of knowledge in sewing. My first project then too was just a straight, simple skirt. So I went into sewing. I did that for about 6 months. So most of my natives, I sewed myself, even for my children. Up to now, yes. Wow. I sewed myself. But, sewing for customers, different body sizes, shapes, you became more...
That bored you.
I was like, this one, I don't know whether I can really go on with it. And so sometime in 2019, there was this advert that came out that there was Lagos State Employment Trust Fund.
Yeah.
Was organizing training programs and it was in construction. And I saw all the courses. I was so happy. I was like, God, this is fantastic. But I didn't see carpentry. I was like, these people, and they say construction, no carpentry there. What kind of people like this one? There was plumbing, there was welding, there was electrical, there was... So I was so angry. I was like, what is the meaning of all this? So after a while, I think it was about a week or so to when the deadline. So my husband was looking at the advert too. And he said, what is joinery? I said, joinery, I don't know. You can just imagine these people. Of all, they cannot put that one there, and they put everything. So when he said, what is joinery? Okay, let me just go and check. And I said that joinery was just a fancy word for carpentry. Oh my God. But it was like a week to the deadline. So I rushed. At that time, Honey Church Academy was at Ogba.
Ogba.
Yes. Adedoyi at Ogba. So I rushed there. When I got there, I met this beautiful lady. She was the secretary. I think Cynthia. I think it was Cynthia. Yes. I was like, please, good afternoon. I want to apply for this program and all that. Then she was like, all slots have been filled. I said, all slots filled. No, all slots cannot be filled. Please, I beg in the name of God.
Can you imagine?
I was just, begging her, telling her that she should just please. And she was like, I said, so all slots, joinery, all slots. She was all shocked. He said, I didn't know you wanted to do joinery. I just assumed you wanted to do painting and decoration. But that was where a lot of females were going to.
Yeah.
So also she said, all slots have been filled. She said, there's one more slot for joinery. I said, thank God, please just put my name. So I wrote down my name. She gave me the form. I filled it. I did all that. And then I asked her, when should I expect hearing from you guys? And she said, most likely in 2 weeks' time, Went back home. I was so happy. And then 2 weeks came. I didn't hear anything. I think it was about 2 weeks and maybe like 4 days or 5 days. I didn't hear anything. So I was lying down in the sitting room one day. I just felt... Someone just nudged me that she'll get us stand up from there and go to that office. I'll go and ask them what is going on. So I got there. I was like, I didn't go that day. I said, I'll go tomorrow. The next day, first thing in the morning, I went there. No, it wasn't first thing in the morning. It was still in the evening. It was in the afternoon. Because it was getting close to closing hours. So when I got to the place, I didn't hear anything from you guys. What is happening? She was shocked. She was like, they've been calling people people have been going to for screening.
Yes.
And so I was like, I didn't hear anything. She said, today is like even the last day. I said, these village people, no be me, you go see today. I'm going. She said, okay, then if you can go to Billings Way, please go ahead, go to Billings Way. So I went to Billings Way. It was just like 5 or 10 minutes to closing hours. So I just entered and I sat down. In fact, I think I was one of the last people to enter. And then they closed it, like it was closing hours. So I entered and we were all, interviewed again and all that. And that was how I got into the program for HTA. But the clause. Now, in retrospect, I now understand why I wasn't called initially, because I was already past the age limit. But thank God, in His infinite mercy,
You went there.
I went there. And because I went there,
You saw the passion.
they just saw the passion, and then they were like, but I might not enjoy all the benefits of the people who are within the age limit. So that day when they made that statement, I was like, okay, no problem. No problem. So we were called for interview at HTA. We did all that. Then sometime, it was GIZ that was the sponsor at that time. GIZ, I think their manager there was Tobias.
Yes.
Tobias took him, and then he was like,
he took pictures together at
yes. And then he was like, oh, that's for us who are above the age, might not be this. I just went, when he finished talking, I went to beat him at the side. And I started telling him all the things I knew about gender issues, about equality in gender, about how you need to encourage more women, how it is active at this point in time that a lot of women even begin to know what they want to do. He was like, okay, it's okay. It's okay. I understand. And I just told myself that I'm going to put in my best in this. I'm going to surprise people. I'm going to show them that I have what it takes to do this. And I'm going to go beyond their expectation. Because I understand some people's fears, anxiety when it comes to women, and at that age. At that.
Thank you. That was quite enormous, very comprehensive feedback you're giving us. By the time we come back from this break, we're going to go on a very short break now, just for you to catch your breath and take some water. When we come back, we'll be diving into your background, what you initially studied, and what's your expectation for the world, and how this trade has actually impacted you.
Yeah.
So, my viewers, you've heard it. We are still talking about Success Spotlight edition of Skill for You. We're going to go on a short break. When we come back, we'll be diving into live, what she's done with the trade, and how it has benefited her. Thank you. Welcome back to Success Spotlight edition of Skill for You. I'm here with Mrs. Oluwaseun Fakeye. She is the CEO of a very big establishment, and she trained under Onity Trade Academy, and she's been telling us her story and her journey into trade, especially furniture, to date. She's run her company now for about 4 or 5 years, and she's doing fantastic. So, yes, welcome back, Mrs.
Thank you very much.
So, what did you study in school initially?
Okay, initially I studied, my first degree was in Agric Extension and Rural Development. And then I had a master's degree in Extension and Rural Development again. But as I progressed in that field, I had to choose a niche for myself, and that niche became gender.
Okay.
So I took another master's program again in gender and rural development. And so that was where that was where my journey, into working with NGOs came about. Yeah.
So I'd like you to, because some people will say education is calm. Now, when you have education as a footing and you had skill on top of it, you become extraordinary.
That's
Is that
right, sir.
correct?
That's right, sir.
So, how has your education impacted the skill that you have acquired at ATA?
Yeah, I think it made it a whole lot easier. I remember when the training started, there are a lot of things that a number of my co-trainees found very difficult. I guess maybe because a number of them were not as
Have
educated, that level of education.
Yeah.
There's some things I could just pick up easily, and I know it's because of the background I've had in exposure. Yes. So, and there's no doubt about it. Apart from that, even in business, being able to express myself, being able to think outside the box, being able to do a number of follow-ups, and even personal development on oneself. I would say I would link that to the education I've had before. Yeah, that's also helped me in my journey as a tradeswoman.
So now we're diving into the trade itself. So after acquiring the skill in 2019, 2021, you decided to set up your own establishment.
Yeah.
On an average, like, how is contract for you? Are you getting big contracts? When we're talking about contracts, can you tell us in range of figures we should be talking about?
I'm sure I will have made much more than I'm making, because I have not actually stopped working with NGOs. Okay. And so I still do that alongside. Yeah. So, but on the average, and I think in my first year, I had a revenue of about 2 million, over 2 million. My first year. The second year, I think I had double that. Last year was about 8 million in revenue for the whole year.
I'm talking about sales now, not income.
In terms of sales, I would not. I don't have jobs regularly. Okay. Yeah, because of how it is. I don't do ready-made items.
Okay, so let's keep it at revenue. So so for last year, you did as much as 8 million.
Yeah, my revenue.
And and that's totally from the furniture.
Yes,
sales.
From the furniture sales. Yes,
wow. That's impressive.
Thank you very much, sir.
I'm not so sure a lot of people who just deliver services earn that much in a year.
I don't know.
So if you are to look back, would you have said that the skill you acquired had improved your chances of being able to earn more income?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. A whole lot more. Like I told you when I initially started, you have these breaks, projects, you have 2-3 months of not doing anything. But the furniture making has filled that gap for me. That gap for me. So there's always something to do. And apart from that, I also train. I'm also an instructor at Honey Tree Trade Academy.
Wow.
And so I also have the opportunity of any money from different places.
Monies are rolling in from every angle.
Oh, well, thank God.
Let's go into the family conversation now. How has your skill impacted your family?
Oh, it's been awesome. Like I said earlier, I have a very, very supportive husband.
Is he going to be watching us?
He's my biggest fan. He's my biggest fan, my biggest encourager. Initially, he was like, just trying to figure out how I was going to do it. But he saw my interest, he saw my zeal, and in terms of also being able to contribute, economically to the family, it's a whole lot, easier, a lot different.
Because mommy now makes figures, 6 figures.
And apart from
6
that,
digits.
Also beautify the home. A lot of things in the house that I've been able to do by myself in the house. In fact, my daughter just came back from school, and then when she went to the restroom and she saw some things, they're like, mommy, again, you have done this again, and all that. So this is just the joys that that one gets and feel from being able to acquire this skill. Yeah.
So What type of model or lesson have you been able, because of the skill you've acquired and because of your transformation, how has your transformation impacted your children? Have you been able to do, okay, when they see you now, what perception of a mother do they have now compared to what they used to have?
Um, I think by the time we say my mother is a strong woman,
God
she will
bless
say
her.
she will say strong woman. Even though I look fragile, most people don't know that, and I think that has also shifted her mindset to knowing that she's capable of doing whatever it is that she has set her mind to do. Yeah, she knows that she's capable of whatever it is I have set my mind to do. I can achieve it. I can do it. And I think that is one thing that I'm actually happy about. Because that there's this thing, I've never been somebody who will say, this is for girls, this is for boys, or this is no. Everybody, we are all doing it. There's nothing like, that's also because of the way I was also raised. My father didn't say this is a boy's job, girl's job. Back then, I was changing tires. I was pouring oil in. That's how,
The
yeah,
tomboy in
yeah,
the
yes.
house.
I was a tomboy, a complete tomboy.
Well, as we wrap up, and just wind down gradually, what would be your advice to other women like you who had done acquired skill and they've seen how that transformation has impacted them?
Yeah, my advice is that women out there, know that you are more than enough. You are capable. You have all that it takes. It requires a bit of determination from you. I'm not saying that things are going to be easy, but if you are determined, the world is looking for people who are determined. God is looking for people who are determined. And if you are determined and you have put your mind to it, you have prayed about it, there's always an opening, there's always a chance for you. A lot of the time, one thing I realized that most women have is this imposter syndrome. The feeling of not being enough, or not being able to do it, or not being capable. Whatever it is you have set your mind to do, pray about it. And I know that the sky is a starting point for you. Thank you very much.
So you benefited under the Lagos Employment Trust Fund
Employment Trust Fund, yes.
in partnership with GIZ.
GIZ, yeah.
Do you have words of appreciation to them
Oh,
or to ATA?
I have a lot of appreciation for them. I always say that I cannot say my success story without mentioning organizations like the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, HTA, GIZ, individuals like Builder Samson Shoyebi, my instructor, Engineer Adewale Agbola, my husband, who has been my greatest fan and support. I can't even mention all these people. So my prayer to LSETF is that God continue to bless them, increase them. They can't imagine the number of people's lives that have been transformed by this program, especially a lot of women, who have thought they can't have anything to be anything in life. Now I wake up with vibrance. I wake up happy. I wake up fulfilled. And I know it's this opportunity. And I know there'll be a lot of people who are out there too, who have this kind of feeling. And so I'm so grateful, extremely grateful. I pray that God continue to bless and increase them and continue to give them other ideas on how to transform lives of people. And that's also to HTA too. I thank God for HTA. I thank you, sir, for that dream that you had. It's like you saw the future and knowing where Nigeria was going to. And it's an amazing opportunity that I had. And I say a big thank you to you.
Well, we have to thank you too. Since I think 2019, 2020, 2021, you have also been participating in a delivery to the world. You have become a training instructor and you've been doing fantastic. So we say a big thank you to you as well for impacting the world. So it's a teamwork. We are all together in this journey, and our interest is to make sure that nobody is hungry. We want to ensure that everyone has economic viability,
Value, yeah.
that they can sell, and become a better person. So As we wind down, our words today is simple. Whatever your hands find
Find
it
to
in
do.
positivity, make sure you make the best of it. Putting your best into everything you do, the world is waiting. Nigeria is largely an untapped society. It's totally green. I call on to all Nigerian youths that, it's enough to say, yes, Nigeria is not where we want it to be, but it is not yet the end. We'll keep on working hard to make sure that our youth become more productive. On this note, I'd like to call it a day and wrap up the Success Spotlight edition and say thank you for having us today. We'll see you next week. God bless you. God bless Nigeria.